Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Ashley.
Now, African Rainbow Minerals has reiterated its pledge to combat climate change after declaring a final dividend of 20 Rand per share.
You know, it's very important that business leaders, corporate leaders, actually highlight the climate change issue. And, you know, African Rainbow Minerals, headed by Dr. Patrice Motsepe, did that very well yesterday. And of course, they are linked to the International Council for Mining and Metals. And many of the big corporates of the world, mining corporates, are members of that. And great sort of gravity is created, particularly climate gravity, from that organization. And then that is pushed through the entire mining universe. Now, if that is not done, you know, people will get the wrong impression of how serious climate change is. Just about every mine that's reported now, if they've got international activities and even local activities, they're talking about either droughts or floods. And they've realized that, you know, you can't just continue the way you are, although some people feel we should do that. It is not the way to go. So great leadership came through from African Rainbow Minerals Executive Chairperson Dr. Patrice Motsepe, who also had very good results. And you find that good results are also coming out of these conscientious companies, so I think the two go together.
Now, Implats has also committed 4.3 billion Rand for the next 5 years towards energy security and decarbonisation.
Yes, they spelt out, you know, their ambition around renewable energy, particularly and quite vigorously yesterday. They've begun pretty well in Zimbabwe. I think Zimbabwe's ahead of the game because already 50% of that energy is hydropower. Now they've got approval to go ahead with another 33 megawatts as a start, but 185 megawatts of renewables. This is going to give them a situation where they almost are emission-free pretty quickly. So South Africa needs to follow suit. We see Marula going to have about 33 megawatts, and then Parla, Rustenburg, about another 300 megawatts. So things are moving along a lane where you have on mine sites a lot of solar, because there's a lot of ground around that as well. And then off-site they go for wind. And the wind side is going to be very interesting to see how it develops along the coast. Also the Northern Cape, you can see companies there, what they do behind the meter solar, because there's not enough transmission line there, so they have to do things differently. All around, you find that Implats is planning to spend 50 billion, in fact, in all, on, you know, expanding existing mines, renewing their process plants, beneficiation, having energy security, and this decarbonisation. So it's something that's being promoted by the mining industry very, very well, and I think the country as a whole should take a lead from these mining companies.
Lastly, Martin, tell us about DRDGold's broad-based livelihoods initiative, which has had over 8,000 participants.
Yes, you know, I mean, here's a company which makes its money by recovering gold off old dumps. Now, these dumps are in the urban areas. Around these dumps live poverty-stricken people. And what DRDGold has realized is that, you know, we have to reach out to these people because they need help. And for us to actually continue to perform here well, we've got to have them uplifted. And so they have gone out in the last 1.5 decades to try and uplift the communities around them. And you can see now some of these schemes that they've got are really being pursued by the people who live in these urban areas but are really down and out. And they inculcate them with growing their own food. So they start off with this farming where these people grow vegetables on an area the size of a door. And eventually, you know, you can scale up on that. And also you have shade cloth over that, so it's sort of hydroponic tunnels. And you find all of a sudden, they find that, gee whiz, you know, this is working well. And then they've also got a My Business initiative. So some of those people then turn that into a business. And you can see a lot of them are earning on that. Younger ones as well, they've got My Future. So they're almost, these young people, scripting their own lives. They know that they're not going to get help from anyone else. And so they are doing it themselves. They are getting insight into what it is to run a business, you know, profit and loss, budgeting, analyzing the market. They get helped with that. And some of them then swing into agriculture again in a sort of a more scaled up version. But others go in different business directions, general business directions. And you see there's also my livestock, where in the urban areas, they in their yards, they're cultivating chickens to lay eggs and selling their eggs, etc. And then a lot of mine workers, of course, work in these urban areas, recovering gold from these dumps, but they actually live in rural areas. And they are also getting an idea how to, make sure they can boost entrepreneurially within their own rural areas, agricultural activities, farming. So it's a tremendous following, that's getting more and more people, they say, just coming through. As one has a success, the others start following. So it's already 8,000 plus people around these dumps, and I think they've done a fantastic job.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
A great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. To subscribe to Creamer Media's Engineering News and Mining Weekly, please email subscriptions@creamermedia.co.za.